everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. You've reached ChrisLuvsLux, and today has to be, or this has to be, one of the hardest videos I have ever done. And why was it so hard? Because I had to look through my entire eyeshadow collection and determine which 10 I would keep if I had to get rid of everything. Somebody came in and said, you need to keep 10 eyeshadows and that's it. Which 10 would you keep? I was like, and you know, people are saying it in different ways. This is by no means a new concept in the video. Is what are your top 10 eyeshadows, right? If you could only keep 10, which 10 would it be? What are your top 10 eyeshadows? And you know what, honestly, I can rank in the brands, but when you start to rank across your entire collection, it was difficult, right? So I did not include quads, quints, singles, anything like that, right? It's all about full palette. So that narrowed it down, because otherwise it would, I would have had to pick through Tom Ford and my Natasha minis and my Dior quints and everything. So I just took all those mini ones, and I'm not even that's not even in the equation. Okay, we're gonna talk about my top 10, y'all, and I'm purposely not putting it in the description box, just so you know right now. Links to where you can get things are always in my description box, to the stores, Beautylish, Sephora, everything that I'm mentioning, for the most part, you can get through there with in one of those two places, Beautylish, Sephora, or directly, Beautylish or Sephora, directly on the brand site. I will put it in the description box, but I'm not putting in there what is in my selection. I'm not even putting in a thumbnail on purpose. I don't want to give it away, because this took me too long to figure out for me to do that. Okay? All right, enough talking. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Chris. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I hope you enjoyed enough to click the subscribe button and the notification bell. Become a part of the family. For those of you that keep returning that are not subscribers, what are you waiting for? Just commit to the channel. That's it. Okay? With all that being said, let's get into it. I did not rank these top 10, okay? That would have just sent me over the top. It was hard enough just picking the 10, so I'm not doing any specific order, okay? But since I have more than one of certain brands, we're going to start with the ones I have one of a brand, if that makes any sense, okay? I'm nervous just talking about it, okay? 10? Oh my gosh, okay. All right, first one. This may be a shock to you guys, because I don't even talk about it like that on my channel. I think I did one look with this palette. I think that was probably hands down the look that got the most attention, the most comments, the most DMs asking what was that on your eye, right? And that is the Smoke Sessions palette by Melt Cosmetics. This is a straight up green palette, y'all. Green with a little bit of gold. This is what you're working with. I love this palette. It's a little dirty right there. I try my best not to keep this palette dirty, because there's so many shimmers, and it, you guys know how Melt is. It's a little crumbly at times, so you got to keep it neat so it doesn't mess up the other shades. But this right here, you got 3 different kinds. You want a mint green, you want a middle of the road green, you want a dark green. Even this is like a blue green. And then you have these golds and then a brown. It's really a khaki. I don't know if you guys can tell. That's really khaki. Okay? I love this palette. So yes, I would repurchase this palette. I would, if I could only keep 10, this one is probably has some of my favorite green shades in it. I would keep this one. Okay, so that's the first one we're talking about. The next one is not going to be a surprise. I've talked about this palette before. Everybody has talked about this palette before, okay? And that is the Anastasia collaboration with our girl here on YouTube and in Sephora, in case y'all didn't know. Her candle line is now in Sephora, Jackie Aina. Okay, this palette was so good. I bought a backup. Now, what ended up happening was I gave the backup away, but now I need a new backup. Oh my God, this is so dirty. This is actually what's on my eyes today, y'all. But look, I'm sorry. I know it's filthy, y'all, but you see the fingerprints, everything, all from how much I've been dipping into this palette. And you don't see me do it on camera quite often, but even before YouTube, when I was just doing tutorials on Facebook Live, this was always the palette that I recommended, because regardless of your skin tone, you can use it. But she made this for deeper skin tones in mind, and I so appreciate that. And the pigmentation is sick on it. It didn't take me long to do this eye look, and you know, halo eye, I know it did not take long for me to do this eye look. I love this palette, as you can tell, because it's very, very dirty. But the Jackie Aina, I will get another backup. This one, backup worthy. Just don't open it, you know. And I just hope they never, I heard at first they was gonna be discontinued, but I don't think so. Anastasia ain't crazy. You know, she crazy, but she not crazy. That's what my mother say about people. Oh, they crazy, but they not crazy. All right. All right. Next, we're going to talk about a brand, a couple of palettes from a brand that I just recently featured on my channel, and that is Viseart. And the first palette should not be a surprise for those of you that watch all of my videos, and that is the Natural Mattes Milieu palette. God, that thing dirty. Wait, let me open it up. Sorry, y'all. I use this palette quite often. I love this palette. It just gives me transition shades, outer corner shades, lid shades, all matte looks. I can do whatever I want with this palette, you know, that's matte. And it gives me a variety. You know, I have nice little burnt orange here, the blue here, the pink here. Then I love this palette. And then somebody gave me a good idea for some of my other Visearts, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I love this palette. So this definitely is one that will always be in my collection, as long as they're offering it. This next one is another Viseart, and this is the Grand Volume 2 palette. I'm gonna open it up so y'all can see the actual inside. This one right here, I will always have in my collection. First of all, I won't hit pan on any of these, because seriously, I have a lot of eyeshadow. I might hit pan on some of these though, right? So I would buy a backup of this, but not of this one, right? Especially not for no $175. But anyway, this one right here, everything. I love this, and there's some shades I use more than this. Where is it? This shade right here gets the most use out of this palette. These two. This one is my outer corner go-to, and I love this for a couple of brides that I did. It was the perfect amount of pigment for their lids. They were quite happy with it. Definitely a good worker palette. Don't be scared that it shimmers and everything. I really like it. This is something that I have to have in my collection, right? This one right here though, also I've used this on friends that needed either makeup done, whether it's for a wedding or whatever. I've used this. Okay. Somebody gave me that. This is what I was going to say. Somebody gave me the idea on some of these shades that might be a little too light for my eye, to use it to set my under eye, or to set the concealer or whatever it is you're using as a base for your eye. You can use it to set that. So that was a very good idea. So those are the ones from Viseart. Now, we only went over 4 palettes. We have 6 left. Both of these are my favorite brands out of my whole collection. Okay, Just to put that out there. So y'all already know the 2 brands that they are. Leave it in the comments if you know. Okay. But let's talk about this one. Has also been featured on my channel before. And that is Natasha Denona. Okay. I love Natasha Denona's palettes, right? I have almost every one of her I Need a New lipsticks. I like her new lip liners. She's okay with blushes. I don't have to have the blushes, but the eyeshadows, oh, I need them all in my life, right? She's had a couple that I wasn't fond of, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about the ones that I would definitely repurchase, right? And this one I talked about and when I featured in my All Eyes On series. And if you don't know about that series, you got to check me out every Friday where I feature a brand's eyeshadow, the collection. But I did not like the way this palette was marketed, but I do love the palette and would have to keep it in my collection. And that's the Glam palette by Natasha Denona. That's this palette right here. I did change it around so it looks different from how it would look when you first buy it. But I like the cool tones in this palette, and there's still some neutrals in here, right? So I think that this is a great palette to have in your collection if you are looking for something not that out of the box, but very good quality. Does that make sense? Not out of the box, but good quality. That's what you get here, right? And again, this brow bone run right here is not really going to be for brow bone for me, but it could be in a corner or it could set my under eye, right? If I wanted it to. I do like this palette a lot. I actually really enjoy when I use it. And this is out of everything. And I don't have a lot of cool tones, right? So that was one of the things in my head is if I can only keep 10, I have to have a cool tone palette. So this was the first one I thought about. And I said, nope, gotta have this one. Next one is my favorite Natasha Denona palette of all time. And that is the Metropolis palette. Y'all, this palette is my go-to come September. I'm gonna have so many, especially since we're going back in the office, so many looks with this palette. I love this palette. I know it's dirty. It looks a little beat up. But that's because I've been showing this palette all kinds of love. Cost per wear, I have already made, used up my money. Okay? So I love this palette. You can wear it all year round. Me, I see fall, I see holiday, I see winter with this palette. So I love it. I love it. Okay. All right, y'all. The next one shouldn't be a surprise either if you've been watching the channel. Is by Natasha Denona. And this is the 28 pan green brown palette. This is another everyday palette. If you're looking for a palette to stay on your vanity that you could wear to work or anything else, you can get a whole lot of use out of this palette, right? You're talking, you have your greens, you have your browns, you have a little bit of light blues. You have a nice, delicate blend of shadows. A lot of creamy mattes, a lot of metallics. But be that as it may, I absolutely love this palette. I use another one. If you are a professional or you just a freelance, or you're not just, but you're a freelance makeup artist, this is one palette that I can tell you you will enjoy using on your clients. I enjoy using it. A lot of times I use these 2 shades when I'm doing other people's makeup right here. Especially if I'm doing something like this with the halo, because you have all types of different colors and undertones to do like a little halo look if you were combining this palette with another one, and these greens are to die for. Okay, so I love this palette. Love, love, love it. All right, y'all, we down to 3, and y'all already know what brand it is. It's Pat McGrath. Now, you guys know I have probably 35 to 40 videos on Pat McGrath products, because I even have a series. For those of you new to the channel, I have a series. It was called McGrath Mondays. Season 1 and 2 are in playlist on my channel. Season 3 will be coming in a couple of months. Y'all ready? My top 3 right now. And this is not ranking, right? Because I have others that rank differently, but you're talking color story, everything else, because you have to be very strategic when you only have 10 to choose from, right? So this is not about ranking, oh, I'm gonna take my top 3 of this. No, it's about what color stories are you getting that's going to satisfy you because you only have 10, right? So what I did was I pulled for the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. That's this one right here. Yes, I keep it in the box. This is because, you know, mother's boxes are to die for. But y'all, come on. Why would you not? This is literally 3 of her 6 pans in one, right? It's enough product that you'll have it for a while, and it gives you enough color story that you're able to make it happen. Right? Y'all already know. This is a really, really good palette, and like I said, you can really get the benefits of all of that color in the palette. Now my next 2. Now those of you that know me probably know at least one of the 2, if not both of them. If you do, put it in the comments. Okay? For those of you that are new, you won't know, so I'm going to show you. And the one I want to talk about first is, this is Divine Rose 2. I have the special rose gold packaging. Oh my gosh, this is so, I'm so embarrassed. This is so dirty. Hopefully it don't come off on camera too dirty. But this palette done been through some stuff. But this is the palette. I love this palette. The color stories are perfect for me because I love pinks. I love golds. I love Pat's Mother Pat's special shades, right? But this right here is a great color. You guys know I don't know the colors. I'll know this one though. Sexual Terrestrial. You guys see that? You see how it flips to green and now it's pink. Look at that. I love that shade. I think everybody fell in love with the palette strictly for that shade, but the entire palette is everything. This color right here is a great color for transition and for blush. Y'all, I do so many different things with this palette. I really enjoy this palette, and so that's why I have to keep it in my collection. I would not be able to part with Divine Rose 2. Now Divine Rose 1, y'all already know. I can get that one up tomorrow. I have it in my collection. I don't pull for it often. Even when I go back in the office, I won't, but I keep it, right? Y'all, look at this blush. This is a Wayne Guys brush, Vivid Azalea, but look, Jesus, and so is the highlighter. Y'all know I'm keep looking like, damn. All right, the next one is my favorite mothership of all motherships, right? It's my favorite one. I would always keep this. I actually am thinking about getting a backup. I should have got it during her sale. I'll probably get it during the Black Friday sale just so that I can have an untouched backup. And that is Mothership 3 Subversive. My box is broken. This Subversive palette gives me my entire life. I like color, as you guys can tell, so that's why I have a lot of color going on, but then I don't when you look at some of the other palettes, right? But this right here, everybody needs a good black, so extreme black. If you notice, there's not that many blacks in my collection, right? So, but this one right here is the only one I need, right? But this, oh, look at this palette. Y'all already seen this 100 times, but that's all I need. These are my top 10. My top 10, all I need. That's like the song with Method Man. It's all I need to get by, right? Is this. Let me know down in the comments, what's your top 10? Can you do this? If you can figure out your top 10, put it in the comments. Tell me where your top 10 eyeshadow palettes are. Or if you can't do the top 10 palette, can you tell me your top 5 brands that you can't live without? Let me know down in the comments. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and click that notification bell. The most important thing I want everyone to do is to stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.